Shalom. All right, shalom, shalom. We the brothers from the great Millstone branch here in Cleveland. Coming back at you with another quick lesson through the power and spirit of the Most High and His Son, who this present evil world calls God and Jesus Christ. But in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, we would know the Father as Yahweh and the Son as Yahweh Shah. Yahweh meaning He exists or He to be, and Yahweh Shah meaning He's the Savior or He deliver, because He come to save and deliver the nation of Israel. The nation of Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians on your father's side, because according to the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and 18, you are what you are and who you are through your father's pedigree. But before we get to this quick lesson, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
We go give double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the Lord's elect, the Akim that scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, some that woke up to the truth and some that haven't. To the few sisters, the few Akwathim that listen and learn, to y'all we gonna say Shalom. And last but not least, to the scattered Israelites that might be off in the foreign lands that look like the foreign nations, but they bloodline go back to Abraham, back to Isaac, and back to Jacob. To y'all we gonna say Shalom. And we got this article. The headlines say Ohio school district director sought sex with an 8-year-old, FBI says. And that's Esau Edom's, that's right up his alley, man. Our forefather Job say he ain't even want him to sit with the flocks of his dogs because he might have sex with the dogs. But worse than that, you can't even let Esau around your children because he has sex with your children. But I'm gonna let the brother get into the article.
This article is out of New York Post, and it says Bradley William Biyun, who worked as director of special services for Springfield local school district, allegedly had an online chat with the undercover FBI employee. An Ohio school district employee who thought he was arranging sex with an 8-year-old girl showed up at a hotel with candy, condoms, and a bottle of NyQuil, FBI officials said.
So this devil showed up with candy, condoms, and a bottle of NyQuil. Like, really? Like, really, Esau, you damn devil? Candy, condoms, and a bottle of NyQuil, man. Like, the shit sound funny, but when you really think about it, this man is the devil, Lucifer, and Satan, and we can see why the Most High is gonna put him out the earth, man, because he needs to be put out the earth.
Back in the article, it says Bradley William Biyun, 41 of Uniontown, was busted Friday at a hotel in Akron, where the stomach-churning items he agreed to bring in an earlier online chat with an FBI undercover investigator were found inside his car, FBI officials in Cleveland said Monday. Biyun, who worked as director of special services for Springfield local school district, allegedly had an online chat with the undercover FBI employee on Thursday and Friday. It is alleged that Mr. Biyun and the undercover employee discussed Mr. Biyun meeting the undercover employee and the employee's purported 8-year-old daughter at a hotel for sex, the agency's Cleveland division said in a statement. Biyun then showed up at a prearranged location at a Fairfield Inn and Suites just before 11 a.m. Friday with items that had been requested during the earlier chat, including Skittles, condoms, and a bottle of NyQuil, the FBI said. The items were consistent with what Biyun agreed to bring to the hotel, according to an affidavit cited by the Akron Beacon Journal. Biyun also appeared to be wearing the same clothes he had on a day earlier. The photo he messaged to the undercover officer Thursday was apparently taken at an employee's bathroom in the school district, the newspaper reported. Biyun allegedly arrived at the hotel park before messaging the undercover cop to come outside with the girl. The FBI investigator balked at that request and Biyun left, according to the affidavit. He later returned with the undercover investigator He later returned when the undercover investigator said he would come out with the girl and was arrested. Says Bion had earlier asked about the 8-year-old's appearance and told the FBI employee that he had never done this before. The affidavit states, "Sounds cute," Bion allegedly replied of her purported appearance before going on to describe what sex acts he wanted to perform on the girl. He also asked if the girl was into anything rough, the affidavit showed.
So this devil asked, was the little girl, the little 8-year-old girl, into anything rough? Like, damn, she's an 8-year-old child. Like, the devil just wanted to have his way, man. But we got a couple scriptures, man, to hopefully edify and condemn these damn devils, man.
It's Psalms chapter 58, verse 1. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence in your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Right, which Esau Edom is the wicked. You know, you got the sons of men, sons of God, you got the sons of the wicked, which Esau Edom are the scriptures describe you as an estranged person from the womb. So as soon as you devils are born, you know, y'all already got wickedness just running through y'all blood. And as soon as y'all, you know, are able to be able to think, act, and walk, talk, you know, and duty, and you grow up, y'all doing wickedness, man. Shit like that, fucking with 8-year-old little girls that ain't even hit their flower yet. They ain't even, you know, reached their so-called period yet. You know, you supposed to wait till a girl turns into a woman in order to start, you know, doing sexual acts with her and things like that. You don't take no woman under, you know, her flower. She ain't even started her period yet, I'm pretty sure. You know, but you trying to, you know, give her candy, use condoms on her, and give her NyQuil and shit, man. That's what these devils do. You know, then that lets you know you can't trust no school system, cause that man, he was a director for the school district. So and the kids be more at school than they be at home. For real. You letting these devils, you leaving your child unsupervised with these devils. They teaching your children, they sexualizing your children, teaching them about homosexuality, teaching them about, you know, all these different, they put it in the cartoons, they sexualize your child. You take them to school, now it's a whole different learning system. It's not like, you know, when you go back then and when you used to go to school, you learn about this, you learn about history, you learn about that. These kids is learning about something totally different in these schools.
Totally indoctrinated with doctrines of devils, man. Everything that they learn is lies, and it has nothing to do with salvation. It has nothing to do with their culture. They is learning the ways of the so-called white man.
Scripture. So the book of Hebrews chapter 12, I'm going to start at verse 13. And make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. Verse 14, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord Yahweh or Yahushua. Verse 15, looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of Yahweh or Yahushua, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. Verse 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Well, I was just going to say, so basically, you know what I mean, like the brother going into, like these people are very vile people, you know what I mean, and at the end of the day, you know, like the scripture said, because they're fleshly, you know what I mean, they're carnal, you know what I mean, like that's why the scripture say he sold his birthright for some food, you know what I mean, so how much more so, I mean, some of the vile acts he's into, you know, a lot of the homosexuality that Jake is off into, who actually legalized it, who actually pushed it across the earth. Yeah, they put a black face on it, you know what I mean, or a face of color, because it was Obama administration that was behind pushing that. But at the end of the day, it was a devil actually involved with it. You know what I mean? When you take the time to really think about this, to show you how this devil operate, not to digress, but who was who was Obama's vice president at that time? Your president today.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he 9 times out of 10 was running the country then. You know what I mean? You really think they gonna give a nigga some power for real? You got it.
Get the Job, since you said the vow.
Bear with me for a second.
And then that's when all that Pizzagate scandal and shit was going on too. So you best believe Biden he took part in that.
Man, you had the Pizzagate, you had the shit with Epstein, you had all the shit was hitting the fan.
And you gotta remember, Trump name got brought up with the Epstein shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yep.
You know, this is the book of Job, chapter 30. So who else was all involved? Like this guy wasn't no low level guy.
Right.
Epstein had, he was rubbing elbows with very wealthy, rich, powerful people. This is the book of Job, chapter 30, starting at verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Because that's our forefather Job, man, talking about Esau Edom. It's about to go on to further explain, but it says he wouldn't even let the dogs of his flock be around these people, man, because they vile people, man. They would have had sex with the dogs, man. Bestiality, homosexualities, all these different alities go back to them in their ways.
Verse 2, yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old ages perish. Verse 3, for want and famine they were solitary, flying into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. Verse 4, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
So this is what they ate, man, like peasants, man. They ate bushes and gallows and bullshit, man. They was vile people. It's about to go on to say it.
Verse 5, they were driven forth from among men. So they didn't, civilized people that actually had a culture didn't even want to be amongst these people. These people, like I said, were more animalistic than anything. That's why they got so much bloodlust. These motherfuckers, what people do you know drink blood and shit? You know what I mean? Like they food bloody. You know what I mean?
Right, that's strange.
That's a strange thing. Verse 5, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. Verse 6, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks.
And that's what they are, man. They caveman. That's what Caucasian mean. Look up the word Caucasian, man. And it'll tell you everything about these devils, man. They come from the Caucasus Mountains, man. That's not their homeland, but we pushed them up into the caves, though.
Salakia. You got it.
Verse 7, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together.
They brayed, they cried out, because when you go into the word bray, it means to cry out. Like they couldn't speak, they was filthy. We showed them how to clean themselves, bathe themselves properly and everything, man.
When you go into that word bray too, I mean, I wasn't aware it meant to cry out, but it also is like an animalistic sound too. It ain't like it's like guttural. You know what I mean? It's
like a cry, like a
right, like a beastly noise. You know? Cause I think they say donkeys and horses bray. You know what I mean? They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
They were children of fools, because a fool said in his heart there is no God. And most so-called white people don't believe that there is a power. And it's just, they were viler than the earth, man. These people are vile, base, low people, man.
You niggas walking on all fours and shit, man. They skin, you just look at their skin, it's leprous.
It was
even
born
though
with
it's
tails.
Right, yeah, them devils had tails. But then when they sit up there and point the finger at Jake and say we came from Neanderthals and monkeys and shit, man. In actuality, you have the features of beasts and animalistic features, man.
Well, the thing is, you gotta remember if these Edomites, at the end of the day, these Edomites ain't as bright as people give them the credit for. You know what I mean? But and the thing is, it's all subtlety and manipulation. You know what I mean? These people, like I said, when you go into the Vatican, you see images of, they got images of the apostles, and they have melanin. You know what I mean? Like the book that you had, that you said, like that. There's so many images of, you know what I mean? So they know what it is for real. You know, they just know that they on top right now, and knowledge is power. You know what I mean? That's with anybody. You know what I mean? Like you say, the more I know and the less you know, that solidifies my control over you. You know what I mean? So I mean, at the end of the day, they up now, but we watching their kingdom fall right in front of everybody's face. I mean, we all witnessing this. You got it.
Shit, we can probably close out with Obadiah or something.
I had a closing scripture, but if you want to get over there.
We'll go straight to the point. So this is what's going to happen to all so-called white people after 1,000 years of slavery, man. We go gather y'all up and set y'all on fire, man. And y'all gonna pass away as if it was a dream.
Let me get this, and then you can end it on that. On this book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua? And like the brother said, these vile heathenistic so-called white people, they're not going to have a position of power in our kingdom. They're not going to inherit it. They're going to be servants in our kingdom until, like the brother said, the book of Obadiah. So like the book of Obadiah prophesies them being destroyed after 1,000 years of hardcore bondage. It says, "Be not deceived, not of fornicators," because that's the point of me bringing it up. Because at the end of the day, who was the biggest fornicator? Esau Edom. It said, "Neither fornicators nor idolaters," which Esau Edom is an idolater as well, "nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous."
Esau is all of the above.
"Nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, Yahushua." You got it.
And that devil got the nerve to say he ain't never did nothing like that before. So how the fuck you know how to bring some condoms, and how you know to bring candy? And I'm pretty sure that wasn't his first time. Your damn school director, his children at schools. I'm pretty sure she's not the first victim.
Right. For you to even want to be in a position like that, I agree with you on that. Because like you said, like I said, you have a position where you're amongst kids, all the time. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck? That ain't just pop up one day.
Ironically, it's one day. This Obadiah chapter 1, verse 17. It says, "But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau."
There shall not be what?
There shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it.
Man, it gotta be a few left.
There shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau.
It ain't gonna be not one devil left, man. You just heard the Bible say that the house of Esau for stubble, man. What is stubble? Something you add on
to the flame,
fuel to the fire, man. So there gonna be no more Edomites, man. After the Lord get done with you, man, the Lord has spoken it, man. So with that, man, we hope that was edifying through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Shalom, and on to the next one.
Shalom.